Hello, my friends on YouTube. Today is Sunday, the 23rd of April 2023. Today's video is the rape of the wife in Islam. Yes, the wife, not any woman. Of course, rape in general is very violent and very evil thing to do. However, we are going to see if it's permitted in Islam. To start, I have a problem with my page, the comment in the Arabic and in the English, something wrong with it. I'm working on that. I'll try to fix it soon. So I suggest to you like and share. Thank you very much. Before we start, I received 3 different videos, all of them, and I'm going to put them in the description box. All of them speak of persecution. Okay, all of them. The first one is about the Uyghur in China, the Chinese Uyghur, the Muslim. Once again, there is 2 different things. By the way, we celebrate, we congratulate those who celebrate Eid, or the Islamic feast. I have no problem with the Muslim. I have problem with the ideology of Islam. Okay, 2 different things. So about the Uyghur in China, I feel sorry for them because they are, once again, they are the people who chose this ideology, and even those who choose to be Christian, there was certain heavy price that they paid, especially in the early time and until today. So whatever you do, there is a consequence normally. So at least when you choose a side, at least don't choose that dictatorship side. So when you suffer, at least you're suffering for a righteous cause, not for a dictator or dictatorship ideology. So I'm very sorry for the Uyghurs, but there is consequence to your choice. You chose this. Okay? That does not mean it's right to persecute the Uyghur. It's not. It's not. Okay? And my take on that, recently, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, who represent the Sunni Muslim, or about 73% of Muslim people all around the world, and Iran, which represent about 23% of the Muslim Shia. This is the majority of Muslim leaders came together under the leadership of dictatorship China. So you have dictatorship Sunni, representative of the dictatorship ideology of the Sunni, one representative of the dictatorship of Shia, coming together to meet with Xi Jinping about working together, who is practicing dictatorship of communism, 3 dictatorship. Huh? And if these people did not discuss anything about the Uyghur, why should I bother? Why should a Hindu or a Christian or Buddhist or what have you bother? You Uyghurs, look at what is going on and make a proper choice. I'm sorry. Okay? The second video is about students in the United Kingdom who are Hindu students. I mean, it's very easy to tell from the feature who is Indian, and if you're Indian, most likely, high percentage you would be Hindu. And these people are these students are persecuted by the Muslim students in the UK. I really don't know why is this happening, because the UK is a country of laws, and if something like this happening, we shouldn't really be complaining and making videos about it. The parents, the guardians of these Hindu children should seek the legal way, okay, and make sure that these students, if they force or call my son or daughter, you are a blasphemer, kafir or kafira, to be disciplined and kicked out of the school if needed, so that other kids don't do that. Okay? The thing is, when we don't do anything, I can't tell the parents what to do. They have to look after the well-being of their own children. If I see a person harassing my child one way or another, I have to interfere on behalf of the child, because he is or she is a minor. They need the parents' protection. And if this reached the media, it means the parents know. And my question, what are you doing? If you are a parent, Hindu parent, and your son or daughter is persecuted, what are you doing? I'm sorry, that's your problem. You're not in a third world country or in a communist dictatorship country. Seek the legal way. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Don't stand up as helpless and call the media and have the media try to make a big fuss of it. You make a big fuss of it by taking it to the legal authority, the legal way, and have these kids either disciplined or kicked out. Okay. The third one is about an incident took place in Pakistan during the month of Ramadan. The month of Ramadan, many people know that this is the month of fasting for the people who believe in the ideology that came 1400 years ago, that it's a month of fasting. Hey, you want to believe in this ideology? Be my guest. I have no problem with you. If you want to go and bow in front of the black building in Mecca, hey, it's a stone building, but if you look, if you want to go and bow in front of the pyramids in Giza in Egypt, be my guest. You can turn around. Actually, at least it has history and civilization. You can actually turn around the largest, the biggest pyramid, or hey, we can go to Mexico or Guatemala and go around the Mayan pyramids. They are even larger in size. Okay, and you can do Hajj there. It's a bigger building. I don't care what you believe, that's your business. Okay, I don't care. But at the time of work, that was a supervisor coming from China to follow up in Pakistan with a certain work or certain project or what have you. Okay, this man, for those who know about the Far East, because I visited South Korea and Japan mid 1980s, and I know how these people work. They really work themselves to death. They work very hard. And I believe if this is the culture in Korea and Japan, most likely the Chinese work as hard, if not harder. So they don't care if you are fasting or not. You show up for work, you do the work that it is required. And I know, as I come from Egypt, in that month nobody wants to work, and better yet, nobody works, period. And if the supervisor asks, it's Ramadan, so nothing gets done in the month, a whole month In that month of Ramadan, nothing gets accomplished. This man, the Chinese man, he's from a different culture. He's from different way of thinking. He has work, and in his mind, this work has to be accomplished by that date. And for 1 month, if you're not, and there's not one person, that's the whole Pakistan is mainly Muslim. So this probably 100% of the workers are Muslims. So they were telling him Ramadan and we're fasting, blah blah blah. We have to take it easy because it's hot, blah blah blah. He said, no, I don't care about Ramadan. I want the work done. Why should he say that? No, no, no. You are a blasphemer. You insulted Islam. And they wanted to kill him. That's the tradition that they got from the founder. Don't work because they don't work because they think they can get an easy pass. And this man needs accomplishment. Okay, his reputation will be on the line if he doesn't accomplish what he promised. He doesn't care about Ramadan or any other months. He wants work to be done. They wanted to kill him, but the police intervened, and now it's a problem between the two countries, China and Pakistan. Hey, you know what? It might be, as many people say, God works in a mysterious way. Now two dictatorship maybe have to fight one another, or the two ideologies have to stand against one another until they finish each other off, and the rest of the world can live peacefully without them. Trust me on that. People lived before the coming of communism and lived before the coming of the Islamic ideology, and we can continue to live without them. The world is not going to end because these two ideologies got destroyed. Okay? So that is in the beginning. Now we go to the rape of the wife. There's a website called Islam Web. Islam Web, this is the certified Islamic website. All the people answer the questions about Islam are scholar, are of high knowledge of this ideology called Islam. So the question was, and that question, by the way, is not asked only by one person. I'm going to put it in the description box. It's hard to find a website talking about these things in any other language other than Arabic. I'll put it anyway in Arabic in the description box, and if you want detail, you can copy the whole thing and take it to Google Translate to any other language, and it will be translated, and you will get an idea about the stupidity in this behavior. So the question is, probably most married men have experienced that. The wife is not interested in the sexual relationship anytime the man is interested in it. What does that mean? It means you have to learn to be patient. It means it's not a life or death situation. Control yourself. Okay? But this man, he is I believe he was, in what I read, 37 years old or 36, and he was married for 7 years or so. And he has kids with this lady, and sometimes she's not in the mood for that. So he couldn't control himself. So I'm sorry to say that, but he was masturbating, and he was kind touching her while she's asleep, and I mean touching her inappropriately. And he was taking photographs of her while she's asleep. And when, I mean, she may be not 100% decent. I mean, when we are asleep, it's hard. You're not going to be covered 100%. So he was taking photos of his wife and masturbating. So it's a bit hard to really comprehend this mentality, but that's what was happening. And he's sending a question to the leaders of this ideology, what to do. And they send him the answer. And the answer is worse than the question. Because the answer is a woman, if she is not a wife, if she is not ill, or having her period, or having a certain difficulty with something, if there is no excuse for her, physical excuse, they don't consider that sometimes people struggle mentally. And when you are thinking deeply about something, you are not really in the mood to be doing that. And it's not only men who think deeply about certain things, women too. She has a problem with her boss at work, or she has a problem with her child, or she's depressed for any reason, and she doesn't want that now. But the answer came. If she has no excuse, apparent excuse, physical excuse like the period or sickness or high temperature or something of that nature, you ought, I can't say the word, it's the F word, okay? By force. You can force her into that. Use your physical strength. Normally, I would say even more than 99% of the time, man is stronger than a woman. So you use your physical strength to control her, rip her clothes off, and rape her. And that is permitted according to the ideology that came to us 1400 years ago. It's supposed to help us in our life, in our daily life. Tell me, for those women, Muslim women, because I spoke to many Muslim women, and anything you tell them, there's always, this is the Prophet of Allah and we are to obey him, and is next to Allah. Rape in general is a barbaric behavior. Rape is rape. Whether a woman is raped by an outsider person, I cannot call him a man. If a woman raped by an outside male, it is terrible for her. I don't know how does that feel really to a woman, but I know from stories that the people who had to go through that, it is a very difficult situation. I tell you what, if this is the case for a woman who been raped by a person whom she doesn't know, to be raped in your own home by a person who is supposed to protect you, that's even, I am very sure it will feel even worse. Because an outsider, you are not supposed to trust each and every person to meet outside your home. But if a male guardian abuse his authority and his power and his strength to rape his daughter or to rape his wife, and there are people who rape their daughter, or to rape your mother. If you're going to rape your daughter and your wife, you are actually that low that you could rape any other woman, including your mother and your daughter. Now, in a way, it's good that China and Pakistan, as primarily Islamic country, they are facing each other now. The two ideologies of dictatorship facing one another. My hope is that the two ideologies will destroy one another and we can live in peace. I know that the comment is closed, but at least please like and share. Thank you very much. We see you next week.